Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to address you today as women's representative of the Netherlands and also as the executive director of the brand new Dutch National Committee of UN Women. In the past year, I've talked to many people about women and climate change, and I would like to introduce you to two wonderful women farmers. The first is Sushila Kari, a woman farmer from Nepal. Due to climate change, her crops are often ruined by extreme weather. Moreover, as a woman, she is responsible for fetching water, but especially in winter, the water sources near her village often dry out. She spends increasing hours working and walking to provide for her family. The local agriculture office does provide knowledge on adaptation strategies, but only to male farmers. What Sushila needs is a dependable water source near her home and knowledge on how to farm her changing land. For her, you have all committed to ensure availability of water as well as learning opportunities for all. The second is Marije Gijsbers. She's a woman farmer from the Netherlands who grows flowers and asparagus. 2 weeks before my visit to her this summer, torrential rains and hailstones as big as ping-pong balls destroyed her greenhouses, with great damage and the loss of the plants she lovingly cares for. What Marielle needs is for this sort of destructive weather to remain an exception instead of become the rule. For her, you have promised in Paris last year to do everything possible to stop further global heating. These stories show that climate change is happening now and that it's happening everywhere. However, there is a big difference between richer and poorer countries, as Dutch farmer Marielle said to me. For me, it is a question of lying awake at night, wondering whether the insurance will pay for the rebuilding of my farm. For a colleague like Sushila, it's a question of lying awake at night, wondering whether her family will live or die. Ladies and gentlemen, last year you took some great responsibilities. The Sustainable Development Goals, the Convention on Climate Change. You recognized that climate change is the most important challenge of today. Floods, droughts, deforestation, mudslide, acid rains, torrential weather, water and fuel shortage, they're already happening around the world. And unfortunately and unsurprisingly, women are the ones hit worst. I'm not here, though, to convince you that women are victims. You know that women are overrepresented as food providers, farmhands, water haulers, fuel gatherers and family caregivers. And therefore they are the ones to suffer the most. What I would like to point out is that women are underrepresented as landowners, as decision makers, as entrepreneurs, as bank managers, as scientists. Women are underrepresented among those with the means to face climate change and conquer it. What women need is access to knowledge, to political power, to funding, to corporate decision making. And you have all promised to provide that access. So those countries who haven't yet, make sure that women can own land, inherit, receive credit, start a business, be educated. Take action to change cultural practices that stand in the way of that. And all countries everywhere, without exception, including my own, change your structures of political, corporate and academic power. Make sure women have decision-making powers on an equal footing with men. Ladies and gentlemen, as hard as it is to negotiate agreements globally, it is nothing to the hard work needed to fully implement them. And hard work is exactly what is expected of every single country around the world, because Sushila and Marielle and every other woman, man and child deserve that. Thank you.
Agradezco la intervención de la distinguida representante de la mujer del Reino de los Países Bajos.